Kia ora, my lovelies. So now it's time to flip through this gorgeous lady, Love Letters and Lace Devotion. We've already flipped through Love Letters and Lace Beloved, and she, by now, by the time you see this, will be on her little way to New York. So I have figured out a way that I can send journals to the USA, but New Zealand Post only lets me use the most expensive sending option, Express. So I have to, well, check out the listing. If you're really interested, I'll make sure the details are at the bottom of the listing description. Okay, so you should have seen, well, you might have seen how I made the cover, so I will put that video in the description as well so that you can see that. And then I had to figure out how am I going to put a closure on her, and these are, I believe, little cufflinks. And it took me ages. I'm used to the screw ones. It had a little, I'll show you. So it's just on a little bit of elastic there. And you had to pull out this tiny little pin. I've never seen these before. You guys probably have. And then this bit pulls out. And it's got these little teeth things that, oh, it's so hard to explain. I was quite surprised and quite intrigued by it, let's just say. So all I did with the inside cover was I just lined it with letters and stamps and envelopes. Sorry, just because that really suited the theme of the journal. And then over here I made 3 little writing spaces, and they're just magneted together like that. And they're just on a playing card, on a folded piece of paper. I made a tag and I've just washi taped the magnets in there. And then that little guy there is just a laminated, almost a shadow. So the butterflies between the acetate, and then the label is on the back piece. Like I say, I will flip this through because it's her adoption video, but the next video that's coming will be both of them being flipped through just silently, and you'll notice a number 1 comes up and then a number 2 comes up, and I want you guys to choose the pages, and we'll make a few of those in the Come Make With Me from these journals. Just a little bit of screwed up packing paper with some writing space. Over here, just a little cluster with using the clear, pure clear hot glue to make a little embossed frame there, and there's a resin charm there, and then just some other bits and pieces and a little bit of cotton muslin and a playing card. And I have already received a request to make some of these faux enamel tags, so that will have to be one of the ones that comes up. And just a good morning darling part of an actual love letter. These are all dated about 1950. Some beautiful lace from Lavish laces from Jaizella, and a really old envelope, and I just love how dirty and dusky that one is. Then over here, just some tea-dyed cotton trim there, and I made a cool cabinet card. It's not a real one, but that is from my friend Meg, her digital, so I will link her in the description below as well. And then just cute little tag to write on the back, a very old postcard, blank, so that you can write on the back. The fact that it says halfpenny stamp, yep, she's old. And then in here, just some little faux stamps in a little booklet that I made that can be used throughout to decorate. So if her new mum wants to decorate this page, there'll be a few things in here that we can do that with. So that's that hand written manuscript, music manuscript, and I didn't want to do anything to it. Like I say, if it was just music paper I would, but it's genuinely handwritten, so just use the back for some writing space. And this is a little tuck, so you could pop something in there as well. Over here this is one of the digitals that I have scanned. That is just the 1800 French ledger, and then I've just put a little bit of acrylic paint and a really light gel plate stencil over it, and it just, then you could write a little quote or something in there, I guess, just a journaling card to write on. And a cluster here, these are all the genuine bits of letter that I've used up and just made it into a little corner cluster. Over this side, just an old envelope from 1947 that I have made into a pocket, and then just a tag there, and that is that's my wipe off slash a little bit of printing gel plate onto book paper, so it still is a gel print. In you go, there we go. Over this side you've got a pocket here made out of the gel printed onto book paper again, some more of that beautiful lace from Jaizella, and tag to write on, another beautiful big tag up there to write on, double-sided, and then that flips up for more writing space as well. I think it's hard to choose because my Nan and Pop are on the other one, but I think this one is my favourite out of the two. Oh, that's genuine love letter again that I've just put on the tag, and that's just coffee dyed paper with some coffee dyed little doilies, and just attached a key and just a little tag with a photo on it. And I'm trying my best to explain so that I know you guys, you tell me that I skip over my work and I just go through all the ephemera, so I'm doing my best for you. So over this side, just a little cluster here with some string. You can see butterfly, fussy cut, little resin charm, some brads that are flathead screw types. I need to find some more of those. And this again is the Franken paper that I made and scanned that is in the Come Make With Me and the Mega Bundle digital pack. So this is just a letter, love letter, 1954. To suit the theme of the journal. Again, over here, just a old catalogue card. Just, that's the master board. So that is very similar to how I've made this, just with the blank papers. But I only did one side and I glued it to card, and I've just embossed it and cut it into a pocket. Cute little label there, and one of my autograph pages. I love these pages. Just with a little quote usually, and that one's from 1926. More pretty lace, writing space, little cluster there. Over this side, this is just some of the blank pages from that autograph book as well. So paper that's very, very old. And a little bit more of the genuine letter and just some writing space on the back. That cluster doesn't need too much explanation, but the map behind it of the card that I've used as the base, that is part of the Love Letters and Lace digitals as well. More Franken paper, just a really interesting place to write, I think, so if we want to make some of those we can. And just a cluster there. Over this side, just a double-sided, 2 stamps resined onto a piece of mat board, and then the sky slides across and opens up so that you can write in here. And on top of that 1800s ledger, I've just put a little bit of tissue paper and stamped onto it so that it's a little bit easier to write on than if it was like this. That's a genuine old photo, and she just slides across to close like that. It's the other side of that lightly gel printed ledger. Over here, old label, suits the colours gorgeously, and just a genuine old photo. I love that picture. I love the ones with cars and them posing by cars, and just a reference to the other journal. So we could make some of those little frames as well if it's a popular choice. Over here, just the other side of that old dusty envelope, I've really enjoyed just opening up half and then turning it into a little folio to have in your signature. Just a card to write on with some genuine advertising on it, and that is just a hidden paper clip to hold that closed. That goes in there, and then again, same way that I did that pocket, just by embossing and then sticking it to an old piece of manila folder. Really love that card. It's so plain, but yeah, I just really enjoy it. Over here, just a belly band that I've made out of tags, and then a beautiful picture from the Girls Own magazine. And my Girls Owns are about 1890s. I can't remember if it's 96 or 95, this one. But just a gorgeous little picture that her new mum can either cut little ladies out of and put them on the pages into clusters. Just left that because I really like that gel print. It was one of my favourites. All the golds and browns and the real rusticy kind of nature of it. Over here, just one of my handmade sketches, ink drawing sketches, and then it's just got, and that is perforated up the top, so these can all rip out. So if the owner does want to put a piece of lined paper onto that gel print so that they've got writing space, then they can. And the way I make these booklets is I just make a big piece that's folded, and I always just cut this back piece a little bit shorter. I find it just makes it easier to get it onto the belly band. And behind there is all genuine letters, all collaged together, and yes, I did scan that one too, so that will be in the collection. Just some more writing space. Now this here, I know it looks genuine, but again, that is actual just plain coffee dyed paper, and then I have run it through my printer with one of the light coffee dyed lace digitals to give it that, and I'm honestly really loving how those are coming out. Up here, this is just a, do you call it a topper? But it is a hidden paper clip as well, so I don't know. And I just made a little flap there to hold the safety pin, and added a little dangle there. And this gorgeous old card, they look like they might have been a happy couple, who knows. They are in this story. So keep an eye out for that, the double flip through, so you can tell me, and I'll take the most popular numbers and let's make some of those. This I really enjoyed making. So it's just layered through here, and then the postcard that you can obviously write on, that is again old, just holds this little envelope closed, and I have just put a genuine cabinet card in there. So that little flap there would almost hold it closed, but that just helps it even more, and it creates another little pocket. Over this side, just another cluster with a resin, a couple of buttons, bits and pieces, side of my old antique dictionary. I love those, they're so cool. And there's the non-embossed version of that masterboard that was just bits of beige paper and writing space on the back. So for a journaling card, I've just kept that one quite simple so it slides under nice and cleanly. Over this side, just some writing space, but instead of stamping, I have just sewn lines. Over this side, another little top tuck, and that's just ripped and layered pieces of paper with another piece of lace attached as well, a resin charm there. And this is from the same masterboard as well, the genuine one. I can feel all the letters, and that's that awesome trim that I really want to do again with the silk and the pattern paper in 2 different colours. And just writing space on the back of that guy. It's one of my favourite pages. One of my favourite. This is my favourite. So this pocket here, a bit of a labour of love, I guess. It's got this frame. Then it's got a, I don't know if you can quite see it, but there is a lighter see-through mesh back there. And then there's this doily on top because it wasn't quite sturdy enough. And then another frame on top of that. If I were to make it again, I think I actually would want to sew, just to add just a little bit more. And then I just splattered ink on top of it. Yeah. And just another little perforated booklet that has some botanicals on it that could be used in this journal or somewhere else in another journal. Over here, another one of these little window frames with a cluster that I have embossed black onto using a stamp so that it's see-through, and just an old library card. This is some vintage wallpaper. It's slightly raised and embossed. Little card tag on there that I made. Over this side, just an old postcard of a beautiful waterfall. Could have been where they went on their honeymoon, who knows. Another one of these, so hard to read on that side. Let's see if I can read it. Cannot read that. I think it says friend. Dora? Safely may you onward glide, health and comfort by your side. Yours truly, John Diff. And I like the way they write. So gorgeous. 1891, that one. Don't ask me to read that side. I would have to enhance it because it's faded so much, but you might be able to read it. I really enjoyed making this. I have actually glued it down, but I really enjoyed making that charm just with a wrapped paper clip, resin charm, dangle off the bottom, and beaded the little bulb pin. But that would be one of my favourite charms in here. There's that beautiful trim again with all my different neutral coloured silks and the pattern paper, writing space, and a cluster there. That's the other side of the masterboard of that I made with the love letters. And then just finish with an envelope that I've made into a pocket, and one more photo postcard. Keep them blank so that they can all be written on, and another piece of scrap paper there as well. So I hope you enjoyed her. I think she's my favourite out of the two. I think. Probably because I really enjoy these covers. But there we go. She will be up for adoption and ready to go. And keep an eye out if you're interested in making along with me for that next video where I'm just silently, I will have to explain what I'm doing at the beginning because anyone who hasn't seen these is going to be going, what is she doing? But yeah, just flip through them page by page and make sure that the numbers are up the top, and then all you need to do is comment what your favourite numbers were. So grab pen and paper and a coffee and hopefully we will build something beautiful together this time. Alright, my lovelies, thank you so much for being here. You know I appreciate all your support and all your comments, and I honestly couldn't do this without you. So until next time, mā te wā.